God has plans to prosper you, give you hope and a future too. So let me remind you of what you have the power to do.
You've been on a journey, trying to find your way. Like the sun, you're rising, 'cause today's your day to unlock every gift inside. Let your potential flow. Don't let anybody kill your vibe. Time to bust up and show. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Act like you know you can win. Live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra Mack. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra Mack. They said you'd never make it, but you're still here. Kept on pushing through all your doubts and fears. Never let a hater see you sweat. Remember who you are. When they go low, let them reap what they sow while you go far. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Baby, shine like a star. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra Mack. If you got haters, they gon' hate. Keep your head up and just be great. It's your season, your winning season with Cassandra Mack. Rise up, time to get on your grind. Go after your dreams, no time to fall behind. Push till the end and never give in. It's your winning season, get ready to win. Keep moving forward and never look back. It's time to get motivated with Cassandra Mack. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra Mack. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra Mack.
Some people will only see you as a ladder to climb, and then some people will see you as a garden. Beware of family and friends who act like ladder climbers in your life. Today's video is being brought to you by my book, Speaking Life into Your I Am. This is a powerful book of Bible-based affirmations that help you declare, speak life, and walk into the fullness of who you are in God. Because sometimes when we have people who treat us like we're a ladder, and I'm going to give you the breakdown in a moment, it can take a toll on your confidence, your self-worth, and your self-esteem. You got to remember who you are in God, and this book will help you to do so. The link is in the video description box. So, a lot of times, when you are the type of person who is kind, you are good hearted, you will go out of your way for people, even when you begin to achieve a measure of success in a given area, you may start to notice that the people around you treat you more like a ladder than a human being who has feelings and needs and hopes of their own. And you got to be real mindful of people who treat you like a ladder, because essentially that is using you. So when a person treats you like a ladder, they see you as a tool for their own advancement, something to step on to reach higher ground, rather than a fully functioning human being who has feelings, desires, hopes, dreams, and needs just like they do. And you will begin to notice this as you begin to move forward in the things that allow you to grow. So let's break down how you'll know You're being treated as a ladder. So, number one way utility. Think about a real ladder. A ladder doesn't benefit from being climbed, it just enables the person doing the climbing to rise to higher heights, right? When you're climbing a ladder because you can't reach something, and the ladder helps you reach that particular thing, but the ladder gets no benefit from you. And so, similarly, when you have friends and family who begin to look at your kindness, your compassion, even your achievements, your network, your resources, be they financial or the resources of your time and favors, when they begin to see these things as something that they can exploit, constantly pull on and pull from without ever contributing to the relationship, this is problematic because you are not put on earth to just be used by other people. Yes, we are to be used by God, but relationships are supposed to be reciprocal, not one sided, not transactional. The only transactional relationships are business when you are paying for a service, right? You have an attorney, you're paying that attorney for legal services. You hire a plumber, you're hiring them for their services. But when it comes to friends and family, those relationships are supposed to be reciprocal. You're getting something in exchange. Amos 3:3 puts it this way: can two walk together except they be agreed? And Amos 3:3. And the reality is no. So if you are walking your life in the direction of growing, moving forward, and compassion, and a friend or family member is moving your life in the direction of just pulling on you, using you, and never contributing to you, that's a parasitic relationship. Two, there's no emotional investment on the other person's part. And so you wouldn't think, right, when you're climbing up a ladder, you wouldn't think to say, thank you, ladder. Most people are not thinking to say, thank you, ladder, right? That would be nuts. And so when a person sees you as a mere tool to be climbed, they don't have gratitude and appreciation for you. They don't feel the need to reciprocate the kindness, to acknowledge your humanity, to even celebrate you, because they are too focused on what they want to get from you rather than what the two of you can contribute to one another in a reciprocal relationship that is bearing fruit. Three, you're disposable. This is hard. When people climb a ladder, they don't look back at the ladder, they move on, right? When you climb your ladder to get whatever it is that is out of your reach, most people put the ladder back wherever you store your ladder, but you don't sit there and talk to the ladder. And so when people see you merely as a ladder to be climbed, they move on once they get what they need. This is why you can constantly pour into someone who never pours into you. And I'm not talking about your minor children who you are entrusted to guide and raise. That's different. We're talking about full grown adults just like you. And so when somebody gets what they need from you, whether it's the money, the favor. They keep you on the phone for 2 and 3 hours talking about their latest drama and saga. But when you are in need of a listening ear and a friend, it's crickets. They're MIA and nowhere to be found. Reason being is they see you as a ladder. You have you have served your utility in that moment and they don't have need for you. And so once they get what they want, whether it is a favor, whether it is your advice, a listening ear, money, whether it is your resources, whatever the thing may be, money, they will go on about their business and move on until they need you again. Just how we as human beings use ladders, right? We put it away, and then when we need it again, we take it out. For there's no type of conviction about it. So people don't feel convicted for using a ladder. We're not supposed to, because a ladder is a tool to be used. But people are not tools to be used. People are fully functioning human beings with thoughts and feelings and hopes and desires and needs. But when a person sees you merely as a tool to be used, they will not feel any conviction about taking and taking and taking and taking and taking until you have nothing left to give. And when you are exhausted because you have been giving out to everyone, they won't even come around to check on you. You have to beware of the ladder climbers in your life because they will take and take and take and then catch an attitude with you when they can't have your last breath. And so, as a quick recap, here's how you tell if someone sees you as a ladder. And again, this can be family, this can be friends you've known since the seesaws and the sandbox. They only reach out when they need something, number one. Two, they ignore or minimize your feelings and your needs because they don't see you as a fully autonomous human being with thoughts, feelings, needs, hopes, desires as their own, of your own. They simply see you as something to be used, and this becomes even more noticeable as you begin to achieve success. So, if you are considered a success in your family and you have a lot of resources, you have really good advice because you have made some strides in a given area, you will have family who will only come around to pull from you, and they will feel entitled to your resources and get an attitude when you start pulling back because you realize that this is not two-sided. Like, you don't even ask how my kids are doing. You don't even, I was in the hospital and you never even called. You live a block away and you never even came to check on me, and I was there for a week. But as soon as I'm back home, you're in my pockets for money. Now I'm cutting off the faucet. So you have to understand that they will act entitled. That's number three, to your resources. Four, they don't reciprocate. So they don't reciprocate the emotional labor, right? So someone may not be in the same financial position as you. That's okay. We're all in different positions. But reciprocity does not have to be the exact same thing. And so the person who checks on you, prays with you, comes around to make sure that you are okay, and if you're laid up in the hospital, they're coming to visit you if you live close enough to one another. And if they can't be there physically, they are calling you every day to check on you. And so there are other ways that give and take can play itself out, but they don't reciprocate support. So you can show up at every birthday, every baby shower, uh, gift in hand, and when it's your birthday, you're not even expecting a gift. You don't even get a happy birthday text. Yet, you have other family members who can all text each other happy birthday, who can all text each other happy holidays, congratulations, but it's crickets when it is you because they see you as a ladder. They see you as a ladder. Last but not least, especially when it comes to success, they are indifferent. They don't rejoice when you rejoice. They are indifferent to your success unless it helps their pockets in some way. And so this is the person who watches all your stories, who watches everything you do, who it even gets back to you that they are talking about what it is you're doing because you have mutual friends or you're related to one another and other family members tell you, but they never show you love publicly. They never like or share. Now, they don't owe you that, right? But it's just odd. So you want to observe behavior. And this could be the same person who you like, you share, or maybe they started their own podcast, their own YouTube channel, and you are asking them, "What can I do to help you? What can I do to, get you moving forward?" Or they call you and ask you for your help, and you say, "Sure, let's do each other solid. I'm going to share your podcast. Would you share my YouTube cooking channel?" And you share their podcast and you're looking for them to share, and you've already agreed, they said yes, you're looking for them to share your podcast, and you're like, "Well, what happened?" "Oh, I'm gonna get around to it," and they never get around to it. Why? Because they see you as a ladder. They see you as a ladder. Not only that, if there's envy mixed there, they don't want to feel like they're contributing to your success. And see, you can have people who need you yet envy you, and this is a precarious position to be in when a person needs you but they envy you. So they envy and resent your success, but because you've been good to them, they need you. And you're not the bragging type. You don't walk around talking about what you did for them. Nobody would even know. And when they have need of you, they resent that they're not where you are. They resent that you're the one that is helping them. And at some point, you got to be prayerful and begin to figure out who you need to limit and restrict access to. Because when a person is treating you like a ladder, you are not a ladder. The Bible doesn't say you're a ladder. The Bible says that you are God's workmanship. Ephesians 2:10 makes it very clear. This is why that book, Speaking Life into Your I Am, is really going to help you see yourself the way God sees you. Ephesians 2:10 says we are God's workmanship created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared beforehand that we might walk in them. So really begin to understand that you are God's workmanship, not your friends and family and every person who calls upon you. You're not their ladder. That's not why you were created. And we're not even supposed to take advantage of each other. So the Bible says, do not take advantage of each other, right? That's what the Bible says. In Leviticus 25:17, it says, do not take advantage of each other, but fear your God. I am the Lord your God. And so do not let even Christians gaslight you into believing that you are supposed to be their constantly running faucet, providing streams of income, streams of favors, streams of emotional labor, and act like you were their personal ladder for them to step on, climb, and cast to the side when they have no need for you. No, you were not created for that. And Leviticus 25:17 is very clear. Do not take advantage of each other. And so when you sense that a person is taking advantage of you, that is a fruitless relationship. And never forget that Jesus cursed the fruit tree. If you remember that story, because it had the appearance of fruit. But when he got up close, there was no fruit. And he did this in front of his disciples. So that means that he wanted the disciples to learn the lesson of things that have the appearance of fruit, but upon closer inspection, there's no fruit in it. And so sometimes you have relationships that have the appearance of fruit, or we family, it's the appearance of fruit. But every person related to you doesn't seek your best interest, doesn't have love for you. Sometimes they resent you. Or we've been friends since the sandbox and the seesaw, but sometimes friendships change. And so there might not be fruit in it. And fruitful relationships are reciprocal. And so that moves us to you want people who treat you like a garden and you treat one another. So it means it's reciprocal. And when you think about a garden, right, you nurture a garden. And so the right people are going to water you. They're going to water you with encouragement. They're going to water you with support as you will do to them. They're going to give you some sunlight, right? Think about how a garden needs sunlight. So they're going to give you positive vibes, positive energy, encouragement. They're going to rejoice when you rejoice, and you will do the same for them. So that is a garden. A garden is alive. A garden is constantly growing. And so you want relationships that are growing with you, not stagnant. A garden requires care, but it also gives beauty. And so when you have garden type relationships, you are both giving one another care, compassion, concern, consideration. And that's a beautiful thing. You're giving beauty to each other. You're building one another up. A garden requires nourishment. You are nourishing one another. When one is down, you're there. And when you're down, they're there for you. It is a give and give. And so understand that your success, your creativity, your resources, your mental labor, your emotional energy are not resources simply for others to extract and exploit until you have nothing left. They're part of a thriving ecosystem that makes you you, that makes you the totality of you. And so you remember that you are God's workmanship, not your friend's ladder, not your family's ladder. You are God's workmanship, created to do good works, not created to be used and discarded. And so I hope that that helps, and you want to have healthy relationships that water you and you water them. With that being said, I want to tell you about some awesome resources we have outside of the general videos. So I'm doing a workshop that'll really help you if you struggle with seeing people for who they are. And it's How to Test the Spirit 101. This is happening on September 13th. It is a ticketed event. It's a Zoom workshop, so you can attend from wherever you are in the world. And this workshop comes with a digital workbook that will be emailed to you. It's a downloadable, so you download it, you print it on your own, and you bring it to the workshop. And this workbook can be used during and after the workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to be teaching you how to test the spirit. So the Bible tells us to test the spirit. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit. And so we do know that we need to test the spirit, but then how do you do that? What exactly are you looking for specifically? What are the fruit that you're looking for? What are some of the signs that you're dealing with a wicked spirit, no matter how it tries to camouflage itself? What are the different types of wicked spirits and how to identify each? So we're going to be really giving a breakdown of that in this workshop. And once you take this workshop, it is going to be extremely difficult for people to pull the wool over your eyes, regardless of how nice they appear to be and how much they try to fake it. You will be able to see the spirit you're dealing with, whether you're dealing with a manipulative spirit, a controlling spirit, an envious spirit. You will be able to quickly identify that, and it's going to save you a lot of grief, a lot of heartache, a lot of drama, a lot of problems in the long run. So, again, that's happening September 13th on a Saturday. And I would encourage you to get your tickets early. The link is in the video description box. If you're not able to attend the workshop, become a member of the Wellness Club. The Wellness Club is where it's at. The Wellness Club is one of the tiers of channel membership here where we focus on mental self care, emotional well being, spiritual self care, workplace well being through a biblical lens, and it's cheaper than therapy. So the way the Wellness Club works is there are two calls that happen each month. The first and third Wednesday of every month, there is a self care conference call where you call in live by phone and we focus on a specific topic of self care, and mental health through a biblical lens. Not only are you speaking to me live by phone and you have an opportunity to ask me a question relative to that topic, but you also have an opportunity to come up to the mic and to share your tips relative to that topic for the day. So it's interactive and it's very therapeutic and it is cheaper than therapy. When you look at the cost of therapy, which can be in upwards of $300-400 just for 1 hour. Group therapy can be in upwards of $150 for 1 hour. And for our wellness club, you're getting two conference calls a month for next to nothing. If you are a member of the wellness club, let us know in the comments, how has the wellness club helped you? How has it enriched your life? Let us know. And then last but not least, a lot of you ask if I do coaching. Yes, I do. I have very limited spots, and it's for those who are very serious and ready to invest in themselves at that level. If not, you can continue to enjoy the free public videos here on YouTube. That's available free to the public. So we always make sure that we have free things in addition to the other things that we offer. Also on Sundays, you can join us for church by phone, free, open to the public every Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And during the month of August, we're looking at different prayers from the Bible and how we can pull the wisdom from that prayer for today's times. This coming Sunday, August 10th, we're looking at Hezekiah's prayer, where he got a life extension. He got more years added to his life. So if you know anyone who is struggling with a health issue, maybe you are struggling with a health issue, you definitely want to come to this church by phone service so that you can learn the tenets of Hezekiah's prayer and why it was so powerful, and how you can pray that same prayer to build your faith in the direction of healing and health if you're believing God for your healing and your health. So the information can be found by going to our ministry website, CassandraMacMinistries.com. From there, you can get the number and you can join us Sundays at 9 a.m. If you're not able to join us for the live church by phone service, I would encourage you to become a member of the Faith Builders Hub. The Faith Builders Hub, you get the weekly audio replays and you get so much more. So really check out channel membership so that you can see the things that are offered outside of the general public videos open to the general public, which are always free and open to the public, and our church by phone live Sunday service, which is always free and open to the public. So those things are always available for the masses. So with that being said, have an amazing day. Take care of yourself. Let's do our best to be kind. There's enough unhinged, unkind people in the world who are entitled. And let's do our best not to join that, but to be kind and to take our common sense with us. God bless you.